What's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy Jay Tuck, CFT, DMV, and we are cover 3. But of course, she ain't no guest. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no guest. This is our sister, Iisha Morrison, has been so kind to take some time out of her busy schedule to rock with us as we gear up for Dallas Cowboys Training Camp, because we got a lot to talk about. So salute to everyone watching across all the channels. We gonna keep y'all coming with this content, man. I think someone said Law just got off live. Now we got cover 3.
Bro, it's like drinking out of a fire hose.
We back. We back. Yeah. We are back. So make sure y'all hit those likes, shares, and turn on the notification bells and subscribe to all the channels and let everybody know that we are live. So Ron, kick it over to you, dog. Where you want to start? Because we got a lot. We had the Brian Shottenheimer press conference. We got some scraps out there at camp, but also some good nuggets, bro. So where do you want to start? I'll let you go ahead and lead off.
Hey, look, I will tell y'all, I'm gonna try my best not to talk mess. That's not a bar. That's just me being real. Everybody know the situation with Micah and Diggs and stuff like that. We don't need to reiterate presently.
Yes.
We're gonna try to leave that where it's at. If you haven't seen it, go back to yesterday's 30 shows. We all talked about it. I want to talk about Brian Shottenheimer first. Is before we get into ball talk, because there was a lot of great things happening, I think, today. If you paying attention.
Let me pause. My bad for interruption. Salute to Sky. Salute to 2i.
Yeah.
Show with Mina. So after this, if y'all haven't checked it out, definitely go over to Skywalker and check out that show. I haven't got to see it yet, but I'm gonna watch it as soon as I'm done with this as well. So salute to y'all, killing it. Like I said, Cowboys Nation, y'all spoiled as hell. Y'all really spoiled as hell, because other communities don't get this. All right, my dog, my bad.
And I appreciate y'all telling her that Cowboys Nation loves Mina.
Yeah, she said she's tapped in, y'all. She's tapped in forever at this point, because she's stuck with me. So it's cool. It's cool. So it's awesome. Now, thank y'all for supporting. It means a crap ton. So,
and y'all got me hyped to go see Superman, but we may be talking about that a little bit later. I want to do that too.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer and the fight today.
Yeah,
and I know it's not football, but it's a very nuanced, important thing to see Brian Schottenheimer establish some authority, because everybody thinks that he's just out there handing out candy and hugging people and lighting campfires and kumbaya. And it was good to see the players is out there fighting, which is I don't think that's horrible neither. It's a competitive, aggressive alpha male sport. It's gonna get physical. You at camp first couple of days is different than OTAs. But I like that they said he shut down everything, cut the music off, brought everybody to the middle and let some F-bombs fly. And just let everybody know, hey, I will send Joe home. And I was like,
well, you know what's so crazy about that? What's crazy about that to me though is like, Doug, Shotty, do y'all not know who Marty Schottenheimer was? Like,
I'm familiar with this game.
He has. I understand why people think, and Shotty's talked about this. He's like, I have that in me, but I also understand how to talk to these kids of this game right now. And he even said, like, my dad would probably question some of my stuff, the way that I operate with them. So I'm like, I never thought he wasn't good.
So he's the hybrid version of his daddy. Hybrid version of his daddy.
Yeah, like, and the discipline thing is like, he got them running everywhere. That's what I did in boot camp. They made us run everywhere. You couldn't walk nowhere. You couldn't walk nowhere. And if you was walking, you was about to drop. So I know a lot of people are surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm like, it's always them nice ones.
It's just good. It's always them nice ones. So we should be afraid of you.
Right. Yeah. See, they know this too.
On the high. On the high.
The cutthroat one.
No. Y'all don't. That's what I was about to say. Like, hey, I'm a professional, but I'm also from Oak Cliff. You know where they
are. You train a full bear. That's cool. We understand how you get down.
Yeah, but speaking of the Shotty thing that you mentioned, bro, I think the good thing about it, like him dropping the F-bombs, it's just not force. He had to earn that. He talked about that this offseason. Like, hey, I'm gonna get close to these players, but once I get your respect, then I can hold you accountable. So I liked it. Now I'm gonna say it this way. When coaches, y'all, I'm gonna put y'all on some game. When coaches be stop fighting. If you throw another punch, I'm secretly they're like, hell yeah. They like this. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Because my coaching calls you to do that. Like, stop fighting, get on the line. We all run.
Some coaches started.
Hell yeah, Tuck.
Now the coach is probably happy about it in the locker room.
he had to play.
The way the coaches be bouncing around and acting a fool and stuff now, before the energy is like respectfully,
right?
The testosterone is flowing already, bro. Like it's already going down. So for me, I mean, it's funny because I was watching and shout out to Brian and Vach, but I was watching Vach because that's where I'm getting my film info from. And he said,
shout out to Vach.
He had me screaming because he said, "Hey man, they was talking about the energy stuff, man, but I guess the energy stuff is kind of real." Yeah, bro. Yeah. I knew I wasn't tripping at minicamp. What you got, Tuck?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the energy was up, and I'll tell people this: like, even when I was there, 2 years ago, when Shotty's first year, once we got rid of Kellen, his energy was just different as an OC, right? So just the vibe, and you can kind of see, like, even with the music thing, you can kind of see it, just the pep in the step, right? Everything looks a little bit faster from the way that they're moving out there on the field. I mean, I talked about the Deron Bland play yesterday. Like, he didn't have to do that, right? But he chased Pickens down and punched out the ball. You're seeing the defense flying around, punching out the ball. You're seeing the offense kind of flying around. You see, and we'll talk about it here in a second, the new duo in CeeDee and Pickens. Like, it feels more modern. It's not as like old, outdated, just football X and O's. There's a new bounce to it.
Now, that's a great point, Tuck, because me and you and DMV and 2 we've been doing content for a while. We talked about this years ago, like, we had, and I know that people gonna say this has nothing to do with X's and O's, but we had no swag as a team.
Right. Yeah, we talk about that all the time.
But like when we played San Francisco and they brought their boombox to our stadium, it was deflating.
We didn't know what to do. We was cooked.
Right.
And they played our favorite song that they played before the game.
Right.
But
when the other side is bouncing to the other side.
San Francisco pulls up to the playoff game playing the shit that I was playing to get hyped for the game.
So the vibe's always been down. So it's good to see the vibes up. You know what I'm saying? Like all across the board. We was talking earlier in the group chat, I'm loving the way that Joe Milton is, affiliating himself with the team in a good way. It's not, nothing seems forced. Like they shoehorned Trey Lance into this team.
Right.
Y'all gonna like Trey.
Right.
They traded for Joe, but from what I see, you could just tell when it looked natural. There's real bonds forming on the team. Yeah. And that makes you go harder for your brother.
Talk about it.
I'm just liking what I'm seeing. Shotty was talking to you hear him talking culture this, culture that, energy this, but you start to see it implemented because we hadn't seen anything.
Yeah, the fans like y'all hadn't gotten to see stuff, but I'm sitting up here like, hey guys, I'm telling you, because we was in the stands and you know how we do have some older folks in our media and things like that. And they was just like, and I was like,
it's just turned up.
I was hyped because I knew what time it was. I could see that they, and like Rome said, I think it's a great point. It seems natural, and I saw you nod your head. DMV is like people are making bonds. You starting to see pockets of guys spend time with each other. And
good.
Stuff. So it is healthy to me as well.
In this all season, I had made a video. And a lot of people Tuck is just clickbaiting. When I had Shotty and I also had Coach Prime. And I felt like what we're doing is getting a version of what we kind of wanted in Coach Prime, more cultural changing, more being able to speak. And that was before Shotty even brought in these college coaches, right? You know what I'm saying? So it kind of feels that way where it's like, all right, I can be comfortable because even Miles Sanders I don't say he's old, but he kind of spoke about it. He's like, man, I feel like I can talk to Shotty about anything. Like I can just come to him about anything. So even Miles Sanders, who's brand new here, is starting to feel the Shottenheimer culture. Now, will it translate on the field? We'll have to sit back and wait and see. But from the energy, the brotherhood, which we saw yesterday, we're going to talk about it, but we saw it yesterday, them standing at arm's length with their brothers, fighting back at front office. It's just something new in Dallas that I think Dallas Cowboys fans should be excited about. Now, they probably still gonna come out to thunderstruck though, boss. They still gonna thunderstruck. You know what I'm saying?
They must have a license. They gotta have a licensing agreement with them or something. There's no way.
Because it's
due to the it's something with the cheerleaders. It's historical, and I would love for Lou said, come out the Big X to plug.
Shoot, they're probably tired of it too. The cheerleaders probably tired of thunderstruck.
If they came out the Big X to plug, bro.
They did one time though. When we was there, they came out the big extra plug.
I mean, he's on the jumbotron, but that's not what they actually what they come out to. What the Cowboys come out to the field to is the same. It's the same whole music song that we hear when we waiting on the press conference. That's what they into the Go Cowboys thing. The dun, 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 dun,
I hate that. Oh, you talking about the music that before the press conferences and stuff?
Yeah, that's what they actually run on the field to.
That's a form of torture. That's a form of torture. I will give up some information. You keep playing that over and over again.
My bad, Iisha. My bad. We love the music. We love it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. So let's get over to Brian Schottenheimer's press conference. I felt like today there was a lot of interesting nuggets that got me excited. I know I called me on the phone like, yo, you hear this? All right, so I'm gonna pass it over to you, Iisha. Talk about the press conference and some of the good that you heard from Brian Schottenheimer.
Okay. Well,
shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all hit the like button.
Appreciate everyone. We'll get to the super chats. You also keep them coming.
Boss in there. I see my guys in there.
Yo, stop singing it. Stop singing it. Stop singing it. All right, so this is
I need to get a button for that.
My kids know it, bro. It's bad when my kids know it in the background. They like,
they played around the stadium. So when you walk into when you're giving your tickets, they played outside on the speakers. They play it inside the building as you're waiting for the game to start. And then when the team runs out, I was like, bro, I ain't got nothing else.
Please, bro.
We need you to grab the aux cord from Jerry.
Bro, that's on Stephen Jones playlist. First track.
And when you out there, please reset the Wi-Fi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's hard for them. You got to understand how much energy is being used in that one spot. Like,
they better bring a mobile
live stuff and stuff. Y'all, please.
They don't skip a beat when that song going though. Like,
let me say this quote. All right, so Shotty was talking today. Cowboys coach, this is from Clarence, crazy. Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer on using more pre-snap motion than used under Mike McCarthy. I don't like to play static. Well,
love it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be multiple. We're going to be under center. We're going to be in shotgun. We're going to run the pistol. We're going to run some wildcat. We're going to be very difficult to defend. When I tell you, I immediately said, I need to talk to somebody.
You got
I was like, I need to talk to somebody about this. Man, listen, I'm excited about it because I never understood why you was running out of shotgun as much as you was. I never understood why you weren't doing more.
Mike McCarthy was stubborn. He was
leading into play action as well. Like, it never made sense to me. So I'm ecstatic. How do y'all feel about it?
I just like. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, you can see it yesterday. They would move the tight ends over here or moving. Like, we've been asking for this for quite some time. The whole league has been doing it. All he's doing is catching us up to what everybody else has been doing. And now we got a guy like Turpin who can run here, run there. Like, man, we're using the entire field for once. And that's what feels good. You know, I think you said that to Mina today, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I told you. What you say?
I said it helps our defense because if they're guarding our stagnant offense all the time in practice, and they get out there and they're not used to modern concepts, they can't carry receivers or tight ends across the field because they're not used to crossing routes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they're practicing against it.
Motion, right. Right. Communicating. And there was another thing that Schottenheimer mentioned when he was talking about, staying multiple, is he talked about last year with the shotgun runs. And I did a whole video, and I think we did it live, right? The predictability of their offense. And when they came out like 3-by-1 says it was a pass, right? When it was offset right, it was more like, so it's like he was talking about the predictability of when they ran all these shotgun runs. And he was also talking about, getting Dak under center more. Dak is excited because that's his old Mississippi State, right? So it's like you can play a little power football. You can get in a pistol. You can use Joe Milton because we saw his legs today in a little bit of wildcat. Like, these were some of the things that we should have implemented. Now, Shotty ain't got to do it yet, but if you're listening, you know what I'm saying? You know what gets Jay Tuck excited when throwing a little tempo with it. Toss a little tempo in it.
I've been Vachman saying they running a lot of tempo.
And And that was something I saw in camp too, in mini camp is, and I said this on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, I'll say it here. One thing that we're talking about, all the reports that are coming out are saying that the defense looks fast and the offense seems efficient. They're not having to stop a whole bunch of times. And what that lets me know is that the install was effective. Is that they've taken in the information. And so they're almost full go. Like there's not a lot of, like he said, there's not a lot of static spots in practice from what I've heard. Where they're just sitting around waiting because they can't get this play right. They're going through their stuff as they need to be. And for me, that shows that somebody knows how to translate information to where these players can take it in. And also that to me puts you ahead in a sense, because you want to be like, this is their third new install, like the last 3 years. So for them to catch on this fast, to me, says a lot.
He also talked they've been wanting to do it. You got to want to do it.
Yeah.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, John.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like it helps when you have an offense that you like maybe verbiage, hand signals, or remember he talked about when he first started about kind of pick up basketball and you know, these players play fast and no huddle and all this type of stuff. Like I know when I was coaching, like I had a stagnant offense at one point, but when I started implementing stuff that big league teams were doing, like screens and motions and hand signals and stuff, the kids were receptive to it, and we became a better offense. So when you want to do something, you learn faster, and it doesn't seem like it's work.
Yeah, and he talked about this offseason also shortening the verbiage in the play calls because, you know, I've watched some of Mike McCarthy stuff because
you saw that he had that like, Denny's list for his
so the play calls was lengthy, and then also Vach caught a nugget. This is why it's good to have our people out there. You know what I'm saying? That he showed how they were breaking the huddle. While they break the huddle, there was a lot of confusion in how they break the huddle where it's not the same, right? So it might be something that, because when you break the huddle, you want to say, okay, CeeDee to the left, CeeDee to the right, but it might be a mixture where CeeDee might start off at the left, but he might goes up to the right. So it's like different ways of breaking the huddle. So it's those little things that adds up where I felt like this Mike McCarthy, just old in his ways, was kind of stuck. But those are the wrinkles, because I was preaching last year with Trey Lance, they should have been wildcatting the shit out that boy. You know what I'm saying? I would have been wildcat. Like for my fourth round pick, I already got something out of him. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do this tush push. We're going to run some RPOs. We're going to run you into the ground. But it sounds like with Joe Milton, you can probably add that wrinkle, but also with Kevontae Turpin and some other players as well.
Well, I mean, I want to also add is the fact that Milton does have a cannon makes it even more stressful.
Got a cannon.
Because with the Wildcat, you could show run and it could be a pass. Like it could be. And I think it's interesting that you talk about Joe Milton, because I do think that he's starting to, one of my biggest things about him going back and watching his film was just how he delivered the ball, is that he has such power that I think the discipline in that power and not just unleashing it all the time is something he's still learning, touch, feel, you know, just layer. And we're seeing him layer throws a little bit better. I've seen him take some deep shots. He's going to take them because that's just what he wants to do. But I'm looking for some more discipline with him delivering the ball. And it seems like, you know, yesterday was a decent day. Okay, today I'm hearing similar things about him making some really dope passes, especially to the tight end. So I'm excited about him. I mean, I think you have a formidable. I don't know why people are so nervous to say it. You upgraded at the backup position.
Everybody's scared to talk about Milton. It's like it's taboo.
So go ahead and talk about what you showed.
No, I ain't gonna do that now. I ain't gonna do that now.
Don't do that with me on here.
No, not that. The moment with BB, you know what I'm saying? Like
Not even about the like people so nervous, like, oh, you disrespecting Dak. It's a game of alpha males and competition. I'm glad that Dak got to be like, yo, somebody is real behind me. It's gonna push you. And if he if he was going to outplay Dak, it's so be it. It'll be what it is. But I want somebody behind him that's viable, because he can't go home being lazy. You can't take no plays off because you got a young guy behind you with a cannon that's doing backflips up and down the sideline. You better be on point.
And he vibing out the future.
And Shotty talked about this because he even saw it, right? You saw like he was doing like a backflip or some shit he was doing with Dak. Like, so his energy is already up versus Trey Lance. It always kind of felt like, all right, the bastard stepchild who kind of brought me here. So it was kind of that awkwardness. But
nobody worried about Cooper Rush neither.
Yeah. But Shotty spoke about it in the interview how like outside of CeeDee Lamb, when it comes to George Pickens, it's Joe Milton who's been George Pickens' best friend. Like they've been playing games and they got a Twitch channel, y'all. So y'all don't like these kids having some off the field activities. George Pickens and Joe Milton has a Twitch channel. You know what I'm saying? But they're just having fun. So that camaraderie. And I feel like it's not this thing where Dak is kind of looking at him like, okay, you brought him in to take my job. It's like, okay, I can kind of work with little bro and kind of work him on. But this is a completely different dynamic than we had with Cooper Rush and also with Trey Lance, because Joe Milton can play. It's an SEC quarterback. I know we got knocked for that spread offense how he plays at Tennessee, but there's not a throw this kid cannot make, and he's extremely agile as well.
He's going to have the opportunity. Man, these preseason games are going to be huge. We've seen an influx of, and again, I know that when 4 plays, the team is successful for the most part. So I ain't ever going, but I am saying like, if there are some games that you like, maybe you just want to rest him. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like if anything comes up, that's just like, okay, you don't feel so scared about it, and I'm no
scared.
I'll say it this way: if we have Joe Milton and we have to go into Philly with Joe Milton, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable than I did with Cooper Rush.
Oh yeah, and that's all I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying. That's a great point. And my favorite part is that we're getting a good look at the twos because this man can throw the ball.
That's a great point. We never
we're getting a good look. Yeah, we're not in the preseason. Our team is going to be able to evaluate for real because you have a guy that can deliver the ball. And with him, he obviously just needs more reps. He seriously, and I'm not going to say it's not like the Trey Lance reps. It's more so the processing and all that stuff. He needs I want him to play. I want him to play as much as he can in preseason.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick? And then we can piggyback to another.
You go ahead.
Shotty, this is back to Shotty, but Shotty was talking about George Pickens, and they questioned him about Pickens and his transition here and stuff like that. And he was saying that Pickens is happy, and he said y'all should really take time to get to know George and stop just listening to hearsay. And I think the difference between this ain't even a shot at Tomlin because he's a great leader, but every leadership style don't work for everybody. And I don't know if Tomlin, maybe it was too much alpha male energy in the room when they were.
I'm not sure if you saw it because Adam Schefter was on 105.3 The Fan today, or was it yesterday?
I saw it. I didn't watch it though.
And he talked about George Pickens, and he said what they found out was it wasn't anything crazy at Pittsburgh that they felt like he was one of the best wide receivers in the league, like he was a true wide receiver. It was little things like being late to practice constantly, or it was like little stuff like that. They're talking about from football. George Pickens was he was always in the film room, but it was just but he had nobody to really control him. There was no veteran quarterback. There was nothing, So I think that is easily fixable with George Pickens. Now you're going to have some of those moments probably out there on the field, but shit, I'll take them.
But I just like to hear. You feel good when you go from Pittsburgh. It's not that Tom didn't have his back, but when you hear your head coach up there and right in training camp start, and you hear him like, "Yo, y'all should get to know George," advocating for him. And he's saying he's happy to be here. I think that's big.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, how about this? Like, people grow up. People make mistakes, and you learn from them. And I think that people make mistakes. I mean, people, when you look at somebody and you hold them to where they were before all the time, you're making the mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
People grow, people mature. You know what I'm saying? He was young. Now this is his second stint, and he knows he can't really mess this up. And he's on a bigger stage in a better situation for himself. So, I mean, at the end of the day, why wouldn't he be happy?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You gotta let these kids grow. Let these kids grow. Go ahead.
Everything's not microwave. And I feel like, well, first of all, let me very quickly. Let me make sure, because I see y'all in the comments. Don't get it twisted. The 4 is my quarterback.
Right.
Don't play with me.
Yeah, y'all know how we get down with 4.
Don't get it twisted. But we are just saying that you have a better backup in a league where backups are playing a lot. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, 17 game season going to 18, you're gonna need that backup.
Right.
No, and also too, here's this. The Cowboys have an opportunity to develop another quarterback. and actually develop one, because it's kind of like a lost art these days. And I think that's something they need to do, like, or at least take the time to, because they've had talent fall to them for a while. So I'm cool with it.
Right. I love it. I love it.
Right. I 1000% agree, because even though Cooper Rush did a phenomenal job being a Band-Aid, it was like when you went to those serious games, it was just, it just wasn't going to work. Right. So I felt like when it comes to Joe Milton, he does have QB2, also QB1 potential. And I feel like also this offense, with all the things that we mentioned with the tempo, right? Playing in shotgun, but also in some pistol formations under center, RPOs, play action, getting the run game established. Like, that's going to fit Joe Milton a lot better than what Mike McCarthy likes to do. It wasn't going to fit Trey Lance at all. Like, and that was the reason why it didn't work. Mike McCarthy's ass was not going to revamp his offense to fit Trey Lance.
He just was stubborn. He ain't revamping for nobody.
Yeah. So that's why Cooper Rush was getting the job. Like, bro, like, he knows the play calls, he knows, everything. Because he said, he's like, I don't feel like changing my offense, which I understand, bro. If I'm in a prove it year, I ain't got a chance to revamp, because I didn't even ask for you, so I'm not revamping nothing. But I feel like you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I didn't ask for you, dog. So I'm damn sure not going to revamp it. But I feel like Shotty and Clayton Adams, if they had to revamp the offense to fit Joe Milton, they would be able to do so.
That's fact.
And I feel like there's not a thing that he can't do. I seen him pull the ball today. I feel like he can make every. He might not do it as consistently, but I think the more he does it, I just don't think it's not that much of a drop off as it had been in the past. That's what we've been looking for in the backup quarterback, is that if 4 goes down, your drop off ain't there, and then the confidence of your team is still intact.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I saw the tight splits out there. We saw the motion yesterday with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
I love that.
The two shifts with Ferguson. I think it was Schoonmaker, where they both shifted to the left and then Schoonmaker went back. So it's like, okay, we're seeing those creativity. Now, here's what I'll say, Cowboys Nation. I need to see it in game day. You know what I'm saying? It's cute now. It's cute now in front of friends and family, but I think that we will see it, and I think that is really going to help our offense tremendously. But besides that, what Shotty talked about DMV, was there anything else you saw today that kind of got you excited about the Cowboys and where they stand on day 2 of the training camp?
Well, it wasn't so much anything that because I listened to the interview. I mean, not the interview, the press conference. Loved Shotty talking. But when I was watching the clips in the last couple of days, right, like, you'll go to like John Machota's page, you'll go to like Nick Harris, and they might go and put something like George Pickens or whatever, right? Today I saw John Machota put up George Pickens, and it was like he was making the sideline catch, and I was expecting him to make the sideline catch. But it was actually Andrew Booth who knocked it out, and then the whole defensive sideline went crazy. And so I'm starting to see in these clips, not so much the caption, I'm looking at everything around.
Right.
Him. That's what lets me know the energy is different.
It's a nuance.
I pointed out that Sam Williams, he had our backup tight ends or whoever on skates. And
Tyler Neville been having a rough 2 days, bro. He having rough 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
I've been hearing good things about Sam, though. Unfortunately.
Sam is locked in, which we all kind of knew. You know what I'm saying? We kind of knew. But yeah, DMV, go ahead. I agree with you. Like, watching all the minor details, and you're seeing the details already up. They ain't even put the pads on yet.
Exactly. So I think I need a little bit more, and I don't know if it's because the defensive line is playing so well right now. I'm like, I need more out of the running backs, but some of the times when you're looking at some of these clips, the D ends are crashing hard and they're in the backfield. And I think that might be, and hear me out when I say this, I think that might be why they're focused so much on getting edges. That might be what it is. They might be filtering everything in for the edges to kind of squeeze down into the B gaps and stuff like that. So that's just some things that I've been paying attention to. And I love the energy. I love the flying around.
I would like to say, I want to add on to John's point, because we heard Schottenheimer talk about them wanting 40 turnovers.
Yeah, Eberflus
said that, right? My bad. Eberflus said it. So first of all, I feel like that gives me information, because to me, what that says to me is that you believe y'all gonna be able to rush the passer, and that you want to rush the passer a lot. And if that's the case, because you can force turnovers. That's why you see them punching the ball and all those things. But they're trying to take the ball away. That to me gives me a little bit of information in regard to what they look at this defensive line as. Because when you hear Mozzie lighter in the butt and you look at the other guys on the defensive line, it's like, okay, do they want these guys to pass rush? Are y'all preparing for score a lot of points offense? And we can tee off.
What the Cowboys want to do?
We going back to 40 burgers and turnovers.
I'm only asking because here's my thing. We are sitting up here crying, snotting. I prayed and fasted for a defensive tackle. And if we're not going to get a veteran defensive tackle, and you have these guys in here who probably can play, but the rotation is in depth. If the coaches are living in reality, like we may not get another defensive tackle. What is running the ball what is stopping the run gonna be like? We might have to run up score, and we want a defensive line that can rush the passer. Because there is a little bit of size on the interior, but you got some speed rushers on the edge,
man.
A couple of dogs.
Edge room is crazy.
I'm asking, like, with them saying they want that many turnovers, are we wanting these turnovers because we're gonna need to steal possessions?
Yes.
And you're trying to get this offense the ball.
You said it.
Well. I mean, winning the turnover margin for the most part is going to win you games. So if that's that's obviously that's the big thing, and that's one of the key indicators. But I'm also listening. I'm looking at the formulating of this defensive line, and the biggest thing for me is what they said about Mozzie. It's like if you don't want him to plug like the middle of the defense, then
I think the crazy thing is I think Solomon Thomas might be standing right next to Osa on that first snap.
Well, if you watch some of the clips, and this is his clips, right? Because you saw because Brian Schottenheimer talked about multiple fronts. He wants players to be multiple. So you saw reps yesterday where Osa was the one, right? And Solomon Thomas was the 3. So maybe they're going to 4-3 under or over. So they were sliding back and forth. But the one thing that kind of hit me with the Mozzie talk was he was like, we want him to be able to get upfield. And I was like, uh-oh. Hey, well,
that's what I'm saying. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. So it sounds like, and I said yesterday, I'm just gonna close my eyes and trust the process at this point because I didn't try, pray, cried. I don't know how many hashtags Boss came up with. It feels like we're going back to Dan Quinn-ish, get upfield, peel your ears back, one gap, fly around. Soft zone, keep your eyes on the ball, and let's hunt and get these turnovers. And I feel
don't break.
Get this ball to this offense that's about to toss it all over the freaking. That's what I took from that today, and that could be me.
I kind of have a theory on it though. What if they're trying to attack it? They looked around at most of the guys that we do have and say we're gonna try to attack this with speed because this year we don't have. It's easier for us to try and get speed on the front than it is for us to get the guy because maybe the defensive tackle that we really want that's perfect for the scheme just isn't there. So let's try and build with what we got, and then we'll turn it over maybe next year. Like I remember when Parcells came in, we were 4-3, and we were a damn good 4-3 team too. I think we were number 1 defense at the time. And then we flipped the very next year to a 3-4. So it might just be let's look at the groceries that we have. Let's look at what we got in the cupboard. Let's try and make a struggle meal. And then the next year, I just did that. By the way.
DMV just made a struggle meal, man. He just made some French toast out of hamburger buns.
No.
We all had one.
So this year might be the struggle meal. And then next year might be what.
But yo, can I add to y'all point though? Yeah. Like, it's not all bad. I think that the coaches should just be prepared. The thing that Mike McCarthy seemed in his tenure, we just never seem to be prepared for when they take our best punch away. So I understand that that's plan A, but please have a plan B or C because someone's going to tie both our hands behind our back and be like, well, what you going to do now? Because you ain't running the score up in this game, and we don't need to just be flailing around confused. So have a backup plan.
Well, let's play devil's advocate. Let's kind of go back to revisionist history with Dan Quinn in that year we lost to Green Bay. I mean, technically, we didn't have the front, but things really got bad once our linebacker core went down, right? Once we kind of lost it. So maybe they just saying, hey, we got the linebackers that can counter having a lighter front. Now, me personally, this wouldn't be my football philosophy, but he's talked about K9, as we call him, Kenneth Murray being stout, Jack Stanborn stout, Maris is going to have the green dot. Overshown, they're gonna force him back before Thanksgiving.
He gonna force himself back. He coming back.
He might be back week 1.
Hey, bro, we ain't got a syrup sandwich at linebacker no more, bro. Like,
no, it sounds like crazy enough. It sounds like Murray has had the green dot out there. I know during camp.
Expound on that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it sounds like that's. Yeah, it sounds like Nicole told us on Girls Talk Boys Talk today that Murray has been working with the green dot. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they're trying to maybe see who's going to be the best person for it, I guess. But crazy enough, Mina wasn't that. She is not that impressed with the linebacker core. I was telling her that I think that it's going to be a little salty dog-ish type. I mean, I think that it should be enough until Overshown gets back.
She got to realize
they're gonna be coached up to me. I think they're
well, yeah.
Talent wise, I can see that, but
we ain't had nothing. No, we been starving that linebacker.
I ain't seen no Damone Clark clips.
I seen Deuce run around his ass.
Is he out there? What number? Oh, is he third? No, what number is he?
No, he's 18, right?
18.
Yeah, you saw that play where Deuce bounced it out.
Like, I know said Maris had the green dot yesterday. I think K9 had it today, so maybe they're kind of going around it.
When we shift the offense, I got to ask a question about somebody we ain't heard, but I don't want to get messy yet.
Yeah. All right. So
messy yet.
So let me start with you, DMV. With the lighter defensive front, can we still stop the run?
It depends, bro. The reason I say that is from what I saw with Sam. I think if the idea is
put Sam at one tech, let him go.
No, I'm saying like with Nealon and Sam, we have strong edges. Right. So the idea of squeezing it down, there's a possibility. I think that's what they're trying to do. If Sam can play like we think he can play, and then you got Fowler, some of those guys, and I think we're going to be better at it. I don't know if we completely stop it. There might be times we get gashed, but I think that I see the theory.
I think we'll 10 or top 15. We top 10 or top 15.
We'll probably be at 15, 16, something like that, which is way better than what
a lot of them want to last year, though. They look disinterested in tackling like everybody. The entire it was a whole lot of catch tackling. They weren't. There was no aggression in the stopping the run.
Well, I mean, I understand. I'm really curious about that. I'm gonna try to figure some things out, John, about what you're talking about them squeezing. Because I would rather, and this is my feelings about the whole situation with the defensive tackle or the defensive line, is if they're accepting their fate as far as like not adding anybody else or whatever, and this is the way that they think that they can still win games, I guess that's just what we're gonna have to deal with. I do want them to intently try to stop the run. I don't want us to just be a very reliant team on turnovers again or forcing turnovers again. I just don't, because that was hard, because we saw how much the success of the team dropped when the team was no longer getting turnovers at the same time.
Right.
You got to be able to stand up and stop the run. Like and again, and even so on the other flip side, there's gonna be some teams you go against that got a defense to rival your offense. I do think the offense is gonna be better this year. I do, but I also think like you can't depend on that. So I'm very curious to see what they work. I will say, like the Winfrey gentleman, I've heard a couple things about him.
He turned up.
Heard a couple things about him. I wonder what they are. It's weird. Maybe you're just not gonna have a true nose. Maybe you're just not. Maybe that's just what.
It might be a tackling. I think alignment is how they're gonna tackle
things in camp. You don't think we get like we like to
get bad? I think it's going to get bad and for it to get beautiful, but I don't think they're gonna.
How much lighter do y'all think Mozzie? He looked. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I seen him. I was like, oh, he looks fast because they was running the hoop and he was balanced. Like it was
300.
So if he's around 300, then here's the thing. If he's around 300 and he can get upfield a little bit, but he can still anchor, I can deal with that.
Yeah, it's about, did he lose strength?
I need to know if he lost the ability to drop that ass and sit.
We can't say that. Iisha
and not be moved backwards, because he is better off the snap than he has been. And I know that Jay Tuia is someone that I think should make the roster, especially given the lack of numbers.
They can't cut. We don't got nobody else.
But I don't know. This is weird. Maybe Eberflus is gonna pull an okey doke on us. So maybe he's gonna be like, just kidding. I changed.
I mean, it must be something. It must because Jordan Davis dropped a lot of weight in Philly too. So it's like, I don't know. Like,
y'all know we add vets late. They gonna add Linval Joseph on August 28th. Y'all know
I'm gonna fight you, bro.
I mean, it would have to be in a situation where they sit back and say, okay, we really need it. But I don't. So the difference is with Eberflus, I don't think he's beating the desk for it last year like Zim was. Like Zim was like, hey, bro, I need multiple noses. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this shit is. Y'all got me having Marshawn Nealon playing. Like, nah, bro, I need some dogs. But I don't know. Eberflus might.
I mean, I'm saying, like, he might be throwing some stuff at us, because I was at minicamp. Given like what I've heard about Eberflus, I was surprised at how much I saw Maris Leofow showing blitz. And I know that sometimes they're gonna drop and everything, but he was sending him a good amount, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe.
So I'm looking because my guy last year or out of the draft from Florida, Javon Dexter, who played for Eberflus, he played 3-tech/1. He was at 312. But he kind of has a little bit slender build, and he's an extremely athletic basketball player. So maybe it's something. But then he also had who did Eberflus have at the 1-tech? I forgot the dude's name. Mullings or something like that. Let me see but I'm gonna see what his size was across the line. So
y'all get them likes up too.
Yeah, get the likes up. We got over 1,000 people watching right now. More on Instagram, also on TikTok, man.
No, we convoing, but it the like button. Don't act like y'all like us a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just doing some research quick.
Yeah, I think we should ask more questions about what the like overall philosophy is with the defense. I don't know if anyone has asked Eberflus or asked about the defensive, if Eberflus has changed anything, or if there's, is there anything that he wants to improve being in Dallas for himself? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's important so we can kind of know, because right now the defensive line, like I'm excited about the edges, and I think that Solomon Thomas and Osa are going to be able to get some good push in the middle, but I still am not sure about what the overall goal is, especially since now you talk about turnovers. I mean, I get the turnovers, but you probably got to stop the run. So it's like, what's happening?
Yeah, we're gonna blitz a lot.
So that'll be new.
We coming at the quarterbacks. That's what we doing.
Yeah. So one thing that I do know, one of my plugs out here is that like they're gonna have the linebackers do a lot of versatile things. I know Iisha has talked to that, but I got it confirmed that they got linebackers pretty much lining up all over the place. They're having their linebackers pass rush. They're having their linebackers, I think they're gonna attack this thing by alignment, and you got to be able to do your job, and be fast.
Okay.
Yeah. So going off of last year, right? So we had Javon Dexter, who was their 3-tech. He was 312, and Andrew Billings out of Baylor was 340. That was their 1-tech in Chicago. So, I mean, so maybe he's changed. Maybe he's changing his ways, But at this point, Jay's the only one that fits that. I don't even think Jay is 340. He's probably like 330-ish, something like that. So
I guess we're not gonna know till we know, but
yeah, right.
It is, and when you actually, John, now that you mentioned the alignment things, like I do see them doing like a lot of shift drills and stuff like that, like more than what I think I've seen before. So I don't know. I'm a little. I think that we know they're gonna be able to rush the passer, bro. Are they gonna be able to stop the run, or is this gonna be like very heavily linebackers do something?
Might be not a run blitzes, because remember, like when I look back at it, like you look at Spagnuolo, he blitzes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Run blitzing isn't just for getting after the quarterback, but sometimes it is for you to help stop the run. Over the years, we were getting gashed because we wouldn't blitz, or like we would just be aligned, and then it would be just like them attacking X's and O's on the board. So maybe we'll be a little bit more aggressive.
In that. Isn't Eberflus like the linebacker whisperer?
Yeah, that's his call.
I mean, and I saw someone in the chat say that he historically is a fantastic coach with defending the run. And then obviously, too, we completely forget to mention White Cotton and what he did with the Jets defensive line. Like, so they are getting the coaching that they need to get better. And I care about that. I care about that side of things, but I'm curious. It's a lot of edges, bro. It's a lot of people.
So Jay measured at 342 at the combine. So it seems like Jay is the only big, I don't want to say fat nasty, that's what I call them, the fat nasties that we got.
Trash can full of
ham bone.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's the only one, and that's if he hasn't lost weight since the combine. But I'm sure he's probably floating around there because you got to see him, or some of the Senior Bowl.
I did. I got to see him, and his feet are faster than what I thought they were. But
I like that
he was back in the backfield a lot, and I was like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to just be big and."
he got a motor. You know what I'm saying? The kid has a motor.
Yeah, definitely. I think he is going to end up being a good rotational player for you. I mean, I feel like even for this year, I think him being there is going to help at least with the rotation. And that's, I mean, at this point, you just need guys to be fresh, get the best you can out of them.
So let me ask you about this, because we're talking about the defense side of the ball and rotation, the ends, right? Because we saw Donovan already get to work, you know what I'm saying? Because that stunt was beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
41, baby.
And so how do you think Double I this rotation is going to work? Or DMV or Rome, whoever. How do y'all think this rotation is going to work? Because I know we're talking a lot about Sam, right? But there's some dogs coming.
I think it's excellent. I think in late years past, we didn't rotate enough. And I think that fatigue showed later in the game. I think the rotation is going to keep people fresh. And I think the competition of I want to get on the field is going to keep people hungry. I like it. Look, Micah's the only one that can be like,
well, I was about to say, it leads me to ask that question because that's the wild card. And that's, I think, Tuck, you always said this last couple of years, the queen. Right. I think Micah now, whether he's a backer, that's why you got your backers rushing, you doing a lot of blitzing and stuff like that. If we got our edges strong and we can use him genuinely like a linebacker or then D end and all that type of stuff, I think that's where it's going to be like, all right. But without him, we're asking, it's a lot of questions. But we got to remember, he hides a lot when he's out there. So I think there will be less questions when we see 11 line up out there. So, I'm excited.
Yeah. Right.
No, that's a good point.
I think you have to move him around. Now, of course, I'm not going to reveal much. Like, oh no, he's better rushing the passer. But bro, with these edges and what Donovan can do, and also a hungry Sam Williams, he brought back Dante Fowler.
And then we keep forgetting about Nealon.
Yeah, Nealon, James Houston, who we just brought in. I mean, even Peyton Turner, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have more than enough edges. You have to be able to float Micah around and create mismatches and have him getting 1v1s versus centers, guards, running backs, whoever. I just think lining him up on the right side like Dan Quinn kind of did.
So they can key on him, Chuck.
Right.
Yeah, I think against Philadelphia, I don't think you'll see a lot of him against Lane Johnson. I think you're going to see
thank God. Thank God.
That shrinks the field for Jalen Hurts because you know he likes the quarterback draw. You know what I'm saying? He likes
they was playing off Micah in every down, just playing off what Micah doing.
Right. Especially without no D-Law. Okay, well, Micah's over here. Well, we're going to run over there. And if we're going to run over here, we're going to double team them and chip block them. Like, it's really, or we're going to freeze them with these RPOs. So it's just
super frustrating, to be honest with you. Just watching it happen.
So it's just like you got to have a counter, like you were saying, Rome, have a counter punch. So that's something I'm going to see is that rotation, how that's going to work out because there's a lot of dogs. So now, Rome, you want to get to the offense, you said?
I got a question for y'all, man.
Go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
I'll let T.Y. talk because mine's is messy.
Okay, I'm gonna let you say what you said. Please, bro. Please, bro.
No, it ain't nothing bad. I got a question for y'all because it's a player I'm looking. I got high hopes for. I just haven't heard none yet.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna comment on the DN situation.
Let's talk about that first.
I don't know really quick. I don't know what this is because you got guys like when you talk about a Sam, you like. Yeah, do we know he can rush the passer? I don't know how disciplined he is in the run as of late. We don't know yet. So I don't know. Marshawn Nealon is showing pass rush ability. I think he showed some good things prior to him getting injured, stopping the run. So it's like, okay, he's the run defending, edge. I'm trying to figure out like who's gonna be what because I think it's gonna be situational. I don't think that you can. I hope that these coaches are saying we're not gonna make guys do things that we know they're not good at. Please don't try to beat a dead horse and make an edge contain that does not have the discipline to contain.
Yeah, they lined Donovan Easy up in the wide 9. I ain't seen us do that. I don't.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Donovan is going to be. I do think that there is a possibility that Solomon Thomas could play some edge too to stop the run. I have no idea what they think. Like I it's so many guys. I'm kind of like,
because they had Sam standing up yesterday. Sam was standing up, so I'm just like,
who y'all think they'll bump inside when it's time to do that? Like which edge you think? Because I think Nealon's gonna get some inside run.
I think Nealon fits the mold. But me personally, I would probably get.
I mean,
Sam,
that is a one tech. Just like
I was about to say, Sam look powerful right now, man.
Sam, Sam was just pure power. You know what I'm saying? And he played it at Ole Miss.
For real.
You know, he played it all across the line at Ole Miss.
At Ole Miss, he was primarily on the inside. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play a lot of end. You know what I'm saying? So if it's Sam is so hungry, I'm just putting Sam out there.
Sam will play one.
Yeah.
And he'll be our Jay Ratliff. Remember Jay Ratliff?
Right.
All of a sudden we got a one tech. Now we got a nose.
Sam at one tech. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting Sam out there to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like if this is gonna be his last year in Dallas, I'm getting every ounce out of Sam I can get. Pause if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely got to have this man on the field. So I think probably Nealon would probably get that slide, but I would probably say Sam too, bro.
Well, I didn't know that Solomon Thomas is almost 300 pounds.
Right.
Like he's 6'3", like almost 300 pounds. He's heavier than Nealon.
That's why I think when game one, snap one is going to be Osa and Solomon. Thomas not even going to be starting.
What? Interesting.
Yeah, I can probably see that. I can probably see that wrong. I think Mozzie's about to be rotation.
I mean, it'll be rotation, but I think first snap, I think that's the two that's going to be on the field.
Right.
Wow. Right. And I think Mozzie, I mean, I do think we're going to see him continue to get better. I
got faith in Mozzie still. I think people everybody did that stupid comparison when the draft happened and tried to compare him to Jalen Carter, and it ruined Mozzie. You should just let Mozzie matriculate at his pace, and we'd be fine.
Right.
That's a whole other beast over there in Philly.
There's never been a real.
I know DMV hung up all these when he was here in Kansas City after we drafted Mozzie. I didn't hear from my dog saying, he's like, man, I'm gone.
Bro, me and John Herndon, bro, we had tweets back and forth, and I had to talk to him the next day. I was hot, bro. Me and Mark had it like
Mozzie. I ain't even want him, and I guessed him on Tuck's show. I think they might go with Mozzie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm mad it was right.
Right. It's just I just hope they can find out what they want from this kid, because they keep bouncing him up 3-tech hybrid. You know what I'm saying? Then he wants to be a 1-tech, big body under Zim. Now it's more 3-tech hybrid. Like, you're too hot and cold.
Get comfortable.
Just find out what you want him to be and tell him to be that. And I think that's what they need to figure out when it comes to Mozzie. But I think he's still going to take a leap in the right direction.
Yeah, I hope he's taking it up. All this foolishness. Okay, go ahead.
I do have a question. I wonder, and maybe Iisha, maybe you can ask this question, and maybe this is why they're doing this. But what was Will McClay's vision for him when they drafted him? Because I know that Will was a big advocate for Mozzie. As a
matter, you can go listen to our interview with Brett Maxey, the area scout for that region, and he talks about they wanted to get a guy in here to help stop the run, but I also think though, but another coach came in there. Who was it? Was it Dirty at the time? I think it was Dirty at the time, and he was like, "I'm looking for a 3-tech."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
well, even the argument in the war room, they said, we know this isn't what Dan likes to do. So it was just, it was just Dan Quinn was like, man, that ain't me. So it was just,
I think you're right.
McClay decision.
I think you're right, John.
Said
that there maybe hasn't been like a set plan, or the coach that had a plan for him is no longer here.
Right.
And it's just been this revolving thing with him. Now we could be blowing smoke right now. Like Mozzie could be like, like I'm cool with doing what y'all asked me to do. But we are concerned because of his development. And I know I am, because it has to be stifling. And I felt like this about Tyler Smith. That's why I'm glad he's at the left guard position and he's there to stay. It's like, yeah, we want these guys to be interchangeable. We want them to be multiple, but at some point in time, you have to emphasize development for one particular thing so they can master it. So
put them in a place, way to
it feels
win.
a little unfair, but I hope that he rises to the occasion and is able to contribute this year. So.
I agree. Just put him in a position to win, whatever that's best as, and then just let him, like you said, let him grow.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's let them focus on one thing first. We want to play 3 tech. Let's get the 1 tech thing down first.
Everybody can't be Micah.
And then it's just like sometimes they're tossing too much at this kid's plate where it could mess up his development. Now, Rome, you had questions about the offense and this particular person you ain't hear a lot about.
Well, no. Look, I know the pads ain't on that Sunday, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But it is you want to see some good things from some of our young players. And I just personally haven't heard a lot from our young running back in Jadon Blue. I've been seeing Miles out there getting some, and I know the most misleading thing about training camp is posted videos.
Right.
so take it with a grain of salt. But I want to hear Patrick Nosey or Nick Harris or someone just mentioned Jadon Blue's out there looking good. I have heard that his speed looks legit because I've been digging. Trying to find somebody that gives a good take on it. I've heard negative stuff. I heard he's been running with the 2s, but I'm not expecting him to go out there and become Saquon Barkley. I just want to hear some positivity, and I haven't. So I don't know if y'all ears been hearing differently. I'm looking forward to hearing or seeing him do something because I saw Deuce got me excited. I said, okay,
yeah. Deuce ain't going out like that. Y'all keep trying to tell y'all.
So I guess it's not really messy. It's just I want to see or hear something about our young running back. That's all.
So it passes the eye. Go ahead.
No, I heard. I'm really dependent on Vach's eyes and those guys, and I think he actually commented yesterday and said that he did see him. Obviously, the speed is real. The Cowboys seem like they are going to really try to attack the edge this year, and that was something I did see in mini camp from him.
Okay.
Now I don't know. Like I also want to say, y'all, it's a lot going on down there. Like Nicole had to tell us that. Like she had to tell us that on the show. She was like, "There's so many things going on at one time. Like we still gotta let people get in the groove of like what spots they're in and all that stuff, so we can get because the dude might be having a fine time, but we just missing it. Or
come off like
his little play was cute, but there was a sideline throw to Pickens. Like people don't play the hits. Right. You know what I'm saying? So. I haven't heard anything negative per se about him, but maybe some concepts they not.
He's young, and I'm not. That's why I wanted to ask it like in a different format. It sounds messy because it's real easy to just be like, man, he trashed, throw him away because Cowboys fans is real fickle. Nah. I want him to mature and develop, and I kind of want to take the gas off of people calling him, Tony Pollard. Like, let the young man develop at his pace. And if we got to lean on these veterans or lean on somebody else to carry the load earlier in the season, I'm fine with that, long as they got a little juice left in the tank. You know what I'm saying?
DMV, let me ask you this question because I know you played the position. Because Shottenheimer mentioned this, and specifically it was about with Deuce Vaughn. He was saying that the one thing that Deuce has to focus on is his patterns in his runs. So I was trying to think what could Shotty possibly mean by that. Do you know what that means? He was saying,
his patterns. His pattern.
Yeah.
So maybe one thing that he means is more of his instincts. Maybe Deuce being the younger, not younger, but smaller, more elusive type back. Maybe sometimes he does things outside of instincts. Maybe what I'm saying, where it's like maybe I want you to go like, all right, they got you in the backfield, so just go ahead and get me back to the line of scrimmage instead of trying to run outside of that tackle. Because yesterday I kind of saw that a little bit when Sam got in the backfield, where it's just like get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he lost a yard or two or something like that. Maybe that's what he means by that. I've never really heard that, but in the way that I put it, sometimes you have those instincts. You got to know when to take 2 to 3. And then when to take the home run and stuff like that. So maybe that's what he means.
Gotcha. Because I never heard that language.
Well, no, maybe by patterns he means tendencies. Like you typically cut back right here and a guy can pick up here, or you know what I'm saying? Like when you were about to bounce to the outside, you have some tails or something. Like maybe it's more tendencies, and that's what he means by patterns.
because he said that he has to get better with our run patterns. I was like, pattern.
Yeah, watching the comments said. Watching the comments said.
Oh, shout out to Vach.
So the dog, we have Vach out there doing incredible work.
Yeah, Jaden blocks a lot and is not getting a ton of carries. He's mostly with the Will Greer group. He has speed, but isn't getting the volume Williams and Sanders gets. He needs a good preseason game.
Yeah,
see,
I think so.
Asking you shall receive. Appreciate you, Vach.
To Vach, you know what I'm saying?
But thank you, Vach. But what's interesting about that is I said it at minicamp, and I wasn't trying to like start nothing, and I don't think I will say those reports about him being lazy. I ain't got nothing.
I threw that to the side.
I'm more so saying that Deuce was with the twos in minicamp, and that seems like what is happening right now too. So I don't know why that would be, but I guess I'll maybe find out when I'm there. But yeah, like
temper your expectations.
Maybe they're giving Deuce a chance. Like maybe they're giving Deuce a chance. I don't know.
Everybody
he deserves it.
I mean, Deuce had the better tape in college. Like that's what we gotta remember these things.
Deuce is the more complete back.
Even some of these backs that we looked at college, like let's say DJ Giddens, Deuce had better tape with the same system. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they might think higher of Deuce than most people do. We've seen him here. We've seen him kill at camp. But really, Deuce hadn't really gotten the opportunity to really get in rhythm. So
and he's more seasoned. He's been in house. You know, he's pretty much familiar with Shottenheimer because Shot is the OC since he's came in. So I think Deuce is going to get the chance, which brings that interesting.
Connor Riley got his back. Connor Riley got.
Yeah. He 1000% got his back. You know what I'm saying? But then we're going to get in a situation where the fourth quarter carries. That's probably going to come down to Jadon Blue.
I think it's gonna be Miles Sanders.
Fourth quarter carries. We throwing this thing.
All right. My quarter carries. The Joe Milton show.
You're not gonna run the throw
times with Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Run.
But it's gonna be interesting to see. For someone who might need a preseason like a Jadon Blue or a Phil Maffa, like what type of reps are they going to get? Are they going to be quality?
About to be Malik Davis.
But
hold down that.
No, I actually think the running back might be. Y'all about to laugh when I say this, but I think Turpin gonna be more of a running back than we think. Like when I think about it, who Cordell Patterson? Remember he became a running back, and then I looked at him yesterday. You remember we saw Turpin run. It gave me flashes of Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson wasn't that big, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like Turpin a little.
It looked like Chris Johnson. I was like, hold up, like he might.
I think they're gonna get
5 to 6 carries a game, So
I think they're gonna give the lead back.
I think the running game is gonna be a collective effort. I think you might see CD touch the ball. I think you might see Turpin touch the ball. I think you might see the running backs touch the ball. And we just talked about at the top of the show, they're talking about wildcat and stuff. Right. So I think that I think the Russian attack in general is going to come from multiple places, and I'm honestly not bad. I don't feel bad about that, but I don't want it to take away from your running backs being running backs and being able to get a feel for the game. But I'm also like, if you can be multiple and manipulate, the groupings and stuff because you can do so much, then is that a bad thing?
How many carries y'all think we get in the game?
Probably our best power back we got, y'all. So stop sleeping on him.
How many carries do you think we get in the game?
Who?
How many carries do you think we're going to get a game? Like 18, 25, 30?
18.
See, week one? DMV, stop being negative.
I got the under. I'll take the under 24.
If we go above 25, I'm happy.
Yeah, man. I think the run game, I don't know, man. Like that young interior, you gotta. And Vach said some really good things about Tyler Guyton today. Like,
I like that
offensive line. And if this offensive line is gonna be able to move people off the ball, then you go move people off the effing ball.
Run the rock.
You don't think this interior? I know the interior is young. I know the interior is young. You don't think this interior is gonna be able to move people at all?
Here's my thing. I think they'll be able to move people. But what's the point if our tackles and our tight ends can't block nobody? Because I'm looking right now. And things that I'm seeing, and they struggling a little bit.
The tight ends,
yeah. Listen, I mean, every run play I'm seeing getting blown up by ends, and the running backs are getting tackled in the backfield.
We play the Philadelphia Eagles opening night. Open that shit up with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Let's get this win up out of there, bro. I'm not trying to have open tryouts with no Deuce Vaughn and Miles Sanders.
We're running the ball 12 times. We won 12
if
times.
I'm going to Philly, I'm going strapped up with Pickens and CeeDee, and Dak put on that cape, and let's just air the building out, and we'll work on the run game week 2. You know what I'm saying? We can get that right week 2.
Hey yo, and that might be what they do. And they're gonna go try to take the ball away.
We better have some damn balance.
Are you telling me we about to get back to that? That's the type of time it's gonna be on?
People loved it till we got to Green Bay. We didn't lose at home. You know what I'm saying? We had Jimmy back, Ring of Honor. Life was going good.
It was terrific though at Green Bay.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey man,
at least we got Pickens. If you want to air it out,
from CeeDee and George Pickens today again with that hand, bro, give me that in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Dog,
give me that.
I
want to throw grenades all at the wing.
They was looking a little unstoppable today. It's true.
Yeah, bro. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't got no other corners besides Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell right now. I'm not gonna try to run versus they front. We'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying? Air these boys out.
I might run. They edge group look a little sussy, but it's cool.
Air them out. Give Dak time in the pocket. And air these boys.
Air Dak. I might run at Jalen Hunt. I'm not really scared of Jalen Hunt. I ain't gonna hold you. I might run at Jalen Hunt. I'm gonna let y'all know.
We'll see. But speaking of the wide receiver position, I think there's starting to be a little wrinkle. Now it's only day 2, but I feel like a lot of Cowboys fans kind of count this guy out once we got Pickens, and he's been kind of turning up in Jonathan Mingo. So Jonathan Mingo's been having some good reps.
Somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. I haven't seen much from him, right? But I know he's been running with the ones, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all think it's a shot that Jonathan Mingo could evolve to being our wide receiver 3? I was saying no because of this fit, but it sounds like with these multiples of putting, CeeDee in the slot, Pickens tight compressed sets, could Mingo grab that role?
I seen a clip earlier. Dak went to him on a 3rd and 8. I know it was practice, but still. Developing some comfortability in certain situations. I like it. Now I saw Milton, Joe Milton throw that dart. Almost threw the ball through his chest.
Right.
Not through his chest, bro. Shut up, bro. But no, I do think regardless with Mingo and Turpin, if both of them can play good. Right. Man, I ain't even gonna for me, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers that you can put out there and use different, stack these guys and do different stuff, whoever is out there that can threaten the defense. So
I put Turpin in the slot while you tripping.
If Mingo wide receiver 3 snatch that one, dog.
Oh. You want them numbers off my dog so
bad,
bro. You want that number 1 off the Cowboys leading touchdown receiver so bad, DMV, man. Stop hating on my dog Tober, dog.
Hey. He's a hater.
But I'm saying it's interesting because Jonathan Mingo coming out of Ole Miss, he has that Ole Miss body size, physicality. He's decent
huge, dog.
Yeah, so it's just like, man, you add that with CeeDee and Pickens, that kind of gets a little interesting, y'all. I mean,
big body guy like that, yeah,
right,
yeah, I agree. I think that he's a guy that can maneuver the sideline. We saw him do that a little bit today. I think he will be a threat in the red zone as well. Listen, the more the better with me, bro.
I think Mingo's it's a good contrast. Because CeeDee and Pickens look very similar. They play a little different, but Mingo as your 3, if he can get his confidence back, that's a hard cover for a 3rd corner.
Man, like I said, I know the man ain't been in the end zone, but if we can get that Ole Miss Mingo alongside Pickens and CeeDee,
that's a problem.
That's a problem. That's a serious problem.
Dak gonna want to throw it. Dak ready.
Yeah, you mean so he is. Because I think by default, it's I think by default, maybe it's right now it's Tolbert, Turpin, Mingo, or however you want to order it. But if Mingo's Mingo, if he's your 3, dog, pain and suffering for whoever's nickel corner is.
That's
and you really not gonna be able to. CeeDee gonna be happy. You really can't bracket him like you used to.
It's probably gonna be 3 by committee though, because there's some things that Turpin can do with his smaller frame. And
that's what I mean. Is like, and even with Tolbert though, like it's like, okay, well, are they just gonna maybe use him and start? I care about the fact that you can play the matchup game. If you like, if this is every week, I feel like if this is a week where you can use Mingo, you see that his skill set is conducive to what you want to do on offense and what the defense doesn't do well, play his ass. It shouldn't be this like weird back and forth. I want the baddest heifers on the floor. So for me, that's
you're right. I agree. And I think that naturally does create that competition that Shotty's been speaking about. Well, hey, man, these two over here throwing grenades, they cool, but everybody else, y'all need to fight to the death.
I'm just happy that, like, literally because of what we discussed when we first got on here, the offense ain't gonna look the same. Like, it was just a lineup, no motion, beat your man across from you, Jason Garrett style. Like, I'm happy that we're gonna get some movement and some create some mismatches for our. I know our players is talented, but why they always gotta just go dominate and beat the guy across from them with no scheme or nothing? Like, I'm happy that it's gonna be different.
Right.
For real this time, not like Tex Coast, but everything still looked the same.
I agree. And I just feel like, we had the talent in the Mike McCarthy regime, but there was just so many differences, especially our offensive side of the ball. Defense was kind of the anchor, I felt like. But on the offensive side of the ball, of course, you had Kellen. I feel like Kellen was a modern, updated play caller, but it's too sporadic. You know what I'm saying? There was no method to the madness. You know what I'm saying? And then once Mike McCarthy took it was just very vanilla. This is what we're gonna do. But they were, you know what I'm saying? Stoic. You know what I'm saying?
And he never built off nothing. They never did something in the first quarter.
This hybrid between the two, where it's going to be modern, but it's also going to make sense, right? Because sometimes Kellen will just do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, why'd you do that?
Yo, Kellen did that trips tight end thing. I ain't seen it since. It was like 3 years ago.
Bro, I remember when he did that. It was a tight end wheel route he ran with Ferg, and when we had Hendershot, and like, oh, that was a good ass call. We never saw it again. And then remember when he wasted the touchdown to Terrence Steele, like just for the hell of, like, bro, why would you waste that? Right?
He was like,
it was a blowout game. You know what I'm saying? We going for a 2-point conversion or something like the Hawk formation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, bro, scrap some of that stuff. But I felt like the combination of Shotty and Clayton Adams is going to be modern, but it's also going to make sense from offensive philosophy.
That's why I know we're going to run, bro. Clayton Adams want to run that rock.
No, they're gonna, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, they're gonna run the ball. It just they're gonna run the ball. It's just not gonna
try.
I believe it.
No, Tuck. I'm saying it's not. Yeah, they're gonna try. I'm saying, but it may not look like traditional running the ball. I think that they might be trying to get guys the ball on the move and screens and stuff. I'm not sure it's gonna look like we just running at you. I think
it's going to be a combination.
But don't get it twisted. I think that this interior, when you look at the Cardinals' offensive line, and even if you go back and look at the Packers' offensive line, like the way that they routed the Cowboys a couple years ago, like they are more of a finesse offensive line. You'll find that out. Like when you study, I know you guys studied through the season, you'd be like, okay, they are trying to hide the fact that they don't have physical tackles. So you see them doing things to kind of maneuver that. There's not that many offensive lines in the NFL that are just powerful enough to just move guys off the ball consistently. So teams figure out how to kind of finesse things, how to kind of hide your tackle, how to, so for me, I'm thinking that I do think I'm standing on the fact that the interior, I think, is going to be better this year. And
I think we were saying it could be Javonte Williams has 60 yards. Miles Sanders has 15. Joe Milton has 7 out of the Wildcat. Turpin has 8 from a jet sweep.
Give me my 100.
And so it's going to be kind of that, right?
I don't know. I think regardless, it's still going to be, I want to stress defenses. And if that is how you have to get your run game involved, then that's what you have to do, I guess. I don't think that Miles Sanders is some scrub though, y'all.
I'm talk to him.
I don't think that I'm sorry. I think that they are gonna keep these traditional running backs and try to run the ball with them.
I'm drinking a Miles Sanders Kool-Aid. I'm right here.
I mean, there's no Kool-Aid for me. I said it. I think that
deadlifts. And he ain't been right since. Come on, Ron.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Tuck? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Me and DMV just got a private chat on Instagram when we send each other Amari Hampton clips is all. You know what I'm saying?
God, bro. It's been different.
Y'all gotta let that. Hey, that trip is gone.
Hey, I'm like Wolverine right now, like.
I just be scrolling through Amari Hampton clips, you know what I'm saying?
Every time one of them young good running backs drop a clip, they get mad at the front office.
Bro, it's been clip after clip after every day. I see him.
Bro, the Chargers are spamming. I gotta block the Chargers or something. They like spamming me, trolling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? They even put them on the marquee for the Hall of Fame game. I'm just like, all right, bro, whatever. But yeah, man. So I feel like, okay, we got Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, which would be cool.
Look.
Now they be getting the ball punched. Now Javonte and them are getting the ball punched out their hands in practice. So
we got they got Hampton, but we got Pickens and Lamb. They got McConkey and my man that can't catch. So it's cool.
They got Trey Harris though. Trey Harris about to go crazy. But yeah, but still, man.
I like Harris.
But still, you know what I'm saying? But still, you know what I'm saying?
Harbaugh got his guy, bro. They about to run that peel.
Oh yes, yeah. Harbaugh don't care. They running that rock.
Yeah, they're running the rock. They're running the rock. So T.Y., let me ask you this, because last year we kind of calculated it was 60-40 split. What do you think the split will be as far as running the pass? It was pass 60 pass 40 run. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be reversed or kind of within that same realm?
What you say? Sorry, y'all. The Yanni got me.
At the comment.
60-40 split.
55-45.
Oh God, I hate guessing. I'm not a guessing person. I'm trying to think. I just think
I see 45 run, 55 pass. It's a little bit tighter.
I would say. Barnacles. Okay, I would say 65% pass, 35% run to start.
So that's going in the opposite direction.
I think they're going to pass the ball.
We were 60-40 last year.
We going to run, throw to shut up the run instead of run to set up the pass.
I know. Also too, you got to think about the fact that, and Mina talked about it on our show, is how people are going to have to defend you. You couldn't even get no running. You couldn't get no push with light boxes last year. Maybe you can get some work with some light boxes. Maybe people take you seriously. At least they take you seriously on the back end, so they're not just like, hey, we ain't even about to bring nobody up there. I mean, come on.
DMV for you? Where do you think?
DMV is so mad.
What, guys?
We throwing 3 out of 4, 75, 25.
80-20.
No, we gotta run they gotta run the ball.
Sis, I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
Yo, Clayton Adams is going.
I just think throwing the ball it just gives us the better option.
It gives us the better option to win. If Shotty wants to win, I know y'all. We've been preaching run game and tough and interior presence and all that, but if Brian Schottenheimer wants to win games with the way this schedule is, you better go out on Dak Prescott, George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, and Jake Ferguson.
You could have just signed
because your front office didn't listen to it. We try to help this.
If they wanted to run, they would have got it back.
We're past that point of return.
Throw that.
And I just don't think we could go to Detroit and just beat them on the ground. I don't think that we could go to Philly and just beat them on the ground. If we are going to beat these teams in our own weight class, Kansas City on Thanksgiving.
They ain't our weight class right now.
You're going
below that.
Or if we're going to punch up a whole different weight class, if you want, we're going to have to go out with what's our best assets. And I just feel like it's the passing game. So we were 60-40 last year. And the only reason I think we were 60-40 last year is because Dak missed those games and we had no choice with Cooper Rush.
McCarthy used to do that thing where like Kellen, where he like mid-game, he just run it 9 times in a row.
Right, yeah, here, let's get out the way. I'm saying here.
Ran with a purpose. He just like, let me get these runs out the way. So I
think our run game will be more effective. I think we will run more with the purpose, but I think this season is going out with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George. Just me personally.
That's kind of the whole spiel that I was giving earlier about what they intend to be. Is we run the ball situationally. We can be multiple in how we run the ball. We gonna pass the ball. and our defense is going to take the ball away, and we're going to capitalize off of that. That's what I was saying earlier. It's like, are they just kind of preparing for that, or is that maybe that's the energy? I don't know.
Micah came out and said, "Hey, back when we had Coop and we were scoring 40." I'm like, so that must already be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So they just
could run then. We was able to run.
Because we had Zeke and Pollard back then too. Right.
I'm going 55-45.
55-45. All right. I mean, I would like to be 55-45.
I would love that, actually. I would love that.
Right.
How long before y'all, like, how many games is going to be like, all right, this is what we're going to be before you feel like you know our identity? Because one game ain't going to work.
Week 1 for me.
And week 1 is to me. Well, you think so? Yeah, because it's such a big game, and also too, you got.
We run the rock a lot in week 1. Y'all gonna just let the story be over? Like, all right, we're a running team.
They're not gonna. They're not.
It would surprise me, but I would have to see more because
they're not gonna run the ball. Like, even if they do run the ball, though, Dak is not about to just sit here and let them run the ball. Like, y'all.
Jerry's not going to allow that.
I'm talking about the Philly game. Like, if they go into that game, they are about to toss that ball around. Like, I do think they're gonna run the ball, but if it's not working, Dak is gonna take over and do what he needs.
Jerry's gonna be like, I spent too much.
Y'all remember that game in 2021?
Wide receiver 1.
Right. In 2021, when Dak returned off that injury and went to Tampa, we tried to run the game for the first 2 snaps. Villa Vea said, ain't no running to Dallas. They aired it out. You know what I'm saying? And it was a shootout. I feel like it's going to be that same exact. They're going to maybe try it, but if they get stuffed, right, 2nd and 8, right, and then 3rd and 7, they're going to be like, all right, bro. Not with Pickens, not with CeeDee out there, because like I said, if I'm an offensive coordinator and if I'm taking the ball out of CeeDee's hands, Dak's hands, and George Pickens' hands and put it in the whoever y'all flavor of the ice cream is at the running back, I'm doing my job. I won. So we'll see week 1. Like, if they go out and let's say it's 30 run attempts and they, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, all right, bro. They really trying to run this shit. So I'm gonna start making content about go getting the real running back if that's who you want to be.
Yeah, talk them like, all right, goddamn it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You ain't gotta worry about Pickens.
But what if they come out? But what if they come out? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Now, like, you ain't gotta worry about Pickens going crazy. CeeDee gonna be like, I got this. What the hell is we doing? Throw the ball.
Yeah, what like you really don't have the flexibility to not. But what if they do go out and run the ball? What if they go out and run the ball and it's sufficient?
I like it.
I would love it and hope we keep doing it.
It makes it look, I want to see Dak actually be able to use play action one time for real. like
right.
Y'all, please,
actually be a threat.
Please.
Yeah, I hate that shotgun play action, bro. There's nobody buying that shotgun play action, bro. Nobody.
Because it's not a threat. I do feel like. So do you guys feel like there will be a running back on this roster that will clip 1,000?
All right.
That will clip 1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Can I interest you in 700?
No.
What do you think? T.Y.? Is there going to be a single running back on our roster to clip 1,000?
No, not this year.
All purpose?
Nah, just rushing yards. Like Rico did.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because I would have never guessed Rico.
I ain't like that. I don't like how you did that, Tuck. Nah.
What do you mean?
Nah.
Hey.
I'm not going. Now with Rico, I'm not going.
No, I don't know. I will say if Miles stays and things work out with him, I would say that he would have quite a few carries. Because they like him. I
like Miles, man.
They like him. No, I'm not. I'm just reporting.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, I got the Kool-Aid. It's cool, right?
I don't know what to think about what I'm seeing right now. One thing I do know is Hunter Lipke is gonna be important.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're gonna have him doing. I wish he could do some running back stuff. That's what I want to see. I want to see him do some running back stuff. And he has been. He's lined up all over the place. Like, is Lipke gonna be the surprise?
I would love it. I think he could. I think
as a unit, as a whole unit. How many yards we getting as a unit?
Jesus, y'all, why y'all want to ask these type of questions? We don't know. Hell,
I'm asking them because they look at
So we all in agreement that no one clips 1,000. if I'm betting my money on someone clip 1,000, if I have to stamp today who I want as my RB1, I'm going with Javonte Williams.
I'm Miles Sanders.
I think Miles Sanders got a better shot at clipping 1,000 than Javonte, because Javonte had every opportunity and he hasn't. At least Miles has.
So
I'm going with Javonte. So Miles.
So who you going with, DMV?
I don't know.
Miles. If I had to go one of them, it would be Miles.
They gonna cut
neither of them gonna be mad.
I'm telling y'all, but they gonna cut Miles.
He getting all the reps, dog. They ain't about to cut him.
Cut him, dog. I'm telling you, they gonna cut him, bro.
Cut Jadon Blue.
Not Ronald Jones,
bro. If they cut Jadon Blue or Phil Maffa,
cut Maffa.
This community is going to,
bro.
explode.
I saw Phil Maffa first carry yesterday. I said, nope.
Wait, but I'm saying, like, with the conversation about Deuce Vaughn, though, like,
they're gonna have to,
if Deuce Vaughn performs, what is gonna happen? Like,
it's gonna be Phil Maffa next to Malik Davis on that practice squad. I'm telling you,
you're gonna keep Javonte. You paid him. You're not gonna cut Javonte. If Deuce shows up, you're gonna keep Deuce. They're not gonna get rid of Jadon Blue. So that's 3. Hunter Luepke is 4. You can cut Miles Sanders and bring him back as a veteran cut and re-sign, and then hope that Phil Maffa clears waivers.
Bro,
ain't Miles getting the more quality? So Iisha, that's a question. Are they split like directly in
Miles getting them one,
or
carry.
Is it that Miles is getting the first at everything?
No, I mean at training camp, at mini camp, it was Miles Sanders and Javonte, but Miles Sanders was getting the bulk of it, and I think it's just because of the stuff that they was doing, like, and he stood out anyway because his vision and the fact that, like, he's shifty and stuff. So you gonna notice him. Like, Javonte's not as noticeable outside of pads because that's not his game.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to take a lot from not seeing him be physical. So I think that they have different roles. I'm just trying to figure out who is going to be the consistent 2 guys that you depend on as you mix in a Turpin, CeeDee, and those guys.
It's going to be Williams and Sanders. I'm almost positive.
I would probably say
right now.
I would say it's more Javonte. It's hard for me, though, because Miles Sanders is smart.
Right.
They value
him too. I think Javonte and Miles will be our starters week 1. But I still think they're going to do a sneaky cut and re-sign with Miles Sanders because you can pull that off with him.
You can cut Tolbert and bring him back.
No, all right, man. You're a Tolbert hater, dog. You're a Tolbert hater, man. My dog DMV.
I like that. It's a joke me and Tuck got going on.
He hating on our number 1.
So who get number 1 if that happened? I'm just joking.
I'm sorry, Tolbert.
Pickens. That's why I ain't buy my Pickens jersey yet. So I'm waiting for him to get the number 1 jersey next year. All right, my dog DMV has to dip, y'all. So DMV, I'm gonna let you go. For everyone who's seen for the first time, let everybody know they can find you, bro.
Y'all can find me at DMV Fanatic on all platforms. Appreciate y'all. Iisha, thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Was a great show. You guys, Rome, Tuck, always, man.
You already know, bro. Go ahead, your business,
bro. Appreciate you, my dog. All right, make them struggle meals, though.
Let my dog live.
Leave him alone.
All right, sis. And for everyone who's seeing you superstar for the first time, you might be under a rock, you know what I'm saying? Because she's everywhere right now.
Everywhere,
you know
man.
But let everybody know they can find you.
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on DallasCowboys.com with Girls Talk, Boys Talk. We are airing through training camp at 3 p.m. Central Time. We'll be talking, having Nicole Hutchison out there at camp hopping on as well. I also will be doing the Sky and 2 Eye show with Skywalker Steele. I think we might be rolling out a live or something at the end of this week. Not sure yet, but you can find me there. And if you are interested in any Texans work, they had their first day of training camp today. You can check me out on Locked On Texans as well on Fridays and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. So appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for so much love on the Mina video. It's doing well.
Always.
Y'all can catch her on cover 4 too.
Yeah. Also on cover 4 every Wednesday night at 7. You don't know it yet.
He's sick.
You just don't know it yet. And then Rob, how about you, my dog?
Hey man, y'all know where I'm at, man. Cowboys Fan Talk on YouTube, Cowboys_Fan Talk on Twitter. Defending y'all against the goofies. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love the energy in the chat. And thank you for supporting us on the regular.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. And let's get to these super chats. We kind of went through them, but didn't get through them all. Darnell with the $10 super chat says, let's F and go. Cover 3, fellas with 2i. Great to get some up and close info.
That's my dog, Darnell. Appreciate you, Darnell.
My dog Sid said, I think he's definitely looked down on, but destined for greatness. I think he's talking about Shotty. So to my dog Sid.
Good, Sid.
I'm getting my dog Sid back in the game. He don't know it yet. Josiah Washington is Pickens okay. Yeah, Pickens just had a cramp. But he was back. You know what I'm saying? But my heart stopped when I saw that clip. I said, hey,
we were on live. We were on Girls Talk, Boys Talk. I was trying to make a point. I said, what'd you say? Huh?
Yeah.
Like tears filled my eyes. I was stressed out, y'all.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My dog Amp says, I got my email. I got a gift from me. Sent me a gift. I ain't gonna play it for y'all.
Shout out to my dog Amp.
The lunatic. $2 super chat says Mozzie at 300 pounds. What are we doing with him? DC4L looks like he's going to be a 3 tech / 1 tech, a little bit of multiple players. So we'll see how that all works out for Mozzie. D Shift the $2 super chat. Osa going to get 10+ sacks like Hatcher. That's big. I can see it, but the only thing I would say probably not, because you're gonna have other dogs probably beating him to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be there. So we'll see. Chuck Norris with the $5 super chat. This panel is A1. We appreciate you. Darnell, for Dak to be the MVP, he got to throw that pill. It's loading. You know what I'm saying? I did a video on why I think Dak's going to be in the MVP conversation. So it's coming. And then add 2i and make it a cover 4. You know what I'm saying? So technically, you know what I'm saying? She's like the defensive line with the 2i's. You know what I'm saying? She's going to play the interior, and we could be the corners on the back end, man. But, you know, this is our sister, man. We're extremely proud of her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you going to camp, sis, right?
Yeah, I will. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. So
inside info.
I'm gonna say y'all can follow her at camp, because I damn sure ain't gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Vegas here in a few days.
Come on, man. Trill McClay retired, bro. What up with you?
Huh?
We need Trill McClay out there, man.
Hey, we got Vach out there. We got Clarence with his old Android phone out there. They got y'all covered. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so we appreciate y'all, man. Subscribe to all the channels, turn on the notification bell, like the content, and also watch that Sky and 2i with Mika.
I watched it already.
Yeah, so we're gonna definitely check that out, man. So we appreciate y'all, Cowboys Nation. Let's keep rocking. And Pats come on Sunday, and that's when they get real, man. And we'll definitely have y'all covered, man. So we appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Peace.